All right, so let's go ahead to create our own carousel. And remember, I said inside the section we would have four divs. Four divs. So straight to our HTML code. I already have a comment. I had the fifth section with ID of carousel containing four divs. So let's place the section, or I will define this next section. The ID, we give it an ID of carousel so we can style it with CSS when we get there. Inside it, each div contains an image and an h1 element showing the name. So this is the first div. I gave it a class. All of them, the four of them, I gave them the same class of carousel div. I have my h1, which probably should actually have been an h2, Bank Mandiri. That is the lady's name. And then I copied the URL. I didn't bother saving this anyway. I just copied the image address and I placed it as my image source, and I gave it an alt text of smiling woman. All right, so that is all of that is inside the first div. Next, the next div, something similar. I have h1. Let me scroll down. All right, the second div as well, the same class name, different h1 text, a different h1 sem. The alt text, white woman in jacket, and that is this woman here. This woman here, this image. So I just copied the image address and I pasted it there, Modernisa. And I think that is what we have. All right, that is what we have here. Next, I'm going to have this. The third div now, the same class name, Ome Foods, and then the image, alt text, food shop. And I copied the code as well, the image source, Ome Food. Here is it. So just like the other two, this is the name, this is the image text. Right click to copy. I did that for the third and the fourth div. So there's nothing new, or there should be nothing strange. That's the third one, and okay, these are the four divs now. So end of section. I save. When I save, let's see what we have now without CSS. So we'll refresh our page. All right, page loading. So now we should have our success stories section fully embedded in our page now. Okay, still loading. Let's now scroll down. Can you see everything is aligned horizontally? Is it horizontally or vertically? It's aligned on a column basis right now. So name and image, the first one, the second one, the third one, and the last one. The four of them are inside the div, and the div is inside the section. Now you can see that CSS is really powerful. CSS transforms. All right, now the next section is this one here. Just very simple. I like it so much. Just very simple guy here. We have just an header, a paragraph, and a button. So over here in our HTML, let me scroll down so you can see properly. All right, I added the last section with an ID of learn more. Learn more, I got it from this button. You can give it any ID name you want. So this is the section. I give the whole section an ID of learn more. And inside of it, what do we have? What are we going to put inside? We have a div. The section covers the whole page. This is the section. It has a white background. But inside the section, I made this a div. This is a div. So inside the section with a white background, we're going to have one single div with a green-like background. That's what I'm doing. So I'm adding the div inside of it, and I have the h1. Take the next step, just as we can see here, which should actually be an h2 preferably. Now I have the paragraph text, and then I have the button learn more. So that is just what we have here. And then let me see. Okay, that's the end of that section. So I save. and over to our page. Let's see what we have. Refresh the page. Okay, so let's scroll down. Okay, it's not looking any beautiful. Take the next step. Start transforming your customer experience and learn more. And that is just what we have here. So finally now we are going to be adding the last one, which is now the footer. We are done with the main. All of these were inside the main. Now the last thing here is the footer. So I have a comment here, end of main element. This is the closing tag of the main element. Now I have another comment. Lastly, I added the footer element, which consists of an image. That is the brand logo. Let me show us here. This is the brand logo. That's WhatsApp brand logo. So it also contains a UL on an unordered list containing the footer. Let me scroll to the right, containing the footer links and a span element containing the copyright note. So let me show you again. Inside the footer, we have the brand logo. Now, all of these links, these are links to other pages, which we didn't create anyway. This, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 links inside the UL. And then finally, we have this wrapped inside the span. The span contains the copyright, notes 2023 copyright WhatsApp business. You can actually write your own, brand name if you like. So now let's start adding. First of all, we define our footer. Inside the footer, we have the image, and that is the brand logo. I've already downloaded this from their site. You can just right click. I actually thought it was a text initially, until later on I realized that it's also an image. Can you see? Save images. So I just saved the whole thing, as it will save you the stress of trying to, adjust and all of that. Just copy it and adjust the width and height. All right, so I saved it on my system as brand logo 2, and this is it here. So image, I gave it an ID of footer logo. Remember, we had one logo in the navbar, so I gave this one an ID of footer logo. SRC set to this. Next, the UL on ordered list. Inside of it, we'll have 5 lists, 5 list elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 6 of them. And in between each of them, we're going to have an anchor tag. So the first one, I have the anchor tag href set to nowhere in particular, but I just put the hash symbol like I explained earlier, so the browser can treat it as a link. Trust and safety is the first one we have here. We have become a partner, help, terms and conditions, data policy, privacy policy. So I'm just going to nest in each of the list, in each of the LIs, I'm going to nest that anchor tag carrying those page names. Third one, fourth, fifth. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5? I thought it was 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I guess I omitted 1. Anyway, you can add that by yourself. Privacy protections. So I forgot to. I didn't add that. It's probably skipped my site. So after that, we have our span next, and inside the span we just have 2023. I just copied this copyright logo. By the way, there are other ways to get the copyright logo. You can just search. For instance, on just search on Google for copyright entity code. So once you search for it on Google, it brings you various options. This is it. Ampersand sign and copy would give you that, or you can use this one. Just, you'll probably find it on various sites, various blogs, so you can just check any of them and use the copyright symbol. Can you see ampersand #169, or you can use this one. But what I just did, I didn't use the code. I just copied it. I copied it and I just placed it here, and it worked fine. So I'm just showing you that you can actually copy the icon from any of the sites, or you can actually preferably copy the entity code and place it. So if I put ampersand, if I put the entity code here, to still work for the same. So in our footer, we already have the footer logo, we have the pages, the anchor tag, the list, and finally we have the span. So that is the end of the footer elements, and I believe that is also the end of this whole that's the end of the HTML markup. So if I save now, we have just added all the HTML markups for them. So let's refresh, and then it should all be there. Okay, this is how the WhatsApp business logo looks originally. It's actually fine, very fine, except for the size. And these are all our pages. Can you see they are treated as anchor tags? And lastly, we have the 2023 copyright WhatsApp business. So now we are done with the skeleton, that is the HTML. Now in the next video, we're going to start the CSS styles, and that is the most important part. The CSS styles for this page, we actually had over 1,000 already. I've created a CSS style sheet here. There's nothing there for now. The styles that is going to work, that we will need for this, we'll be having over 1,000 lines of CSS code. This is just line one. We're going to have about 1,000 lines. So don't get freaked out. Just sit back, relax. It's going to be fun all the way. See you in the next video.